Well, what's going on? JC the Trucker here, and I just wanted to make this video because I've seen this come up a lot. And always, disclaimer, I've been in the game for 7 months now, but I do through just like doing my homework, like most of you are right now, doing different research and stuff like that. I have gained a lot of information about just like starting out in the trucking process and taking steps to get to where you want to get to. So one question that I'm constantly getting through email, through social media, is what type of driving school should I go to? Whether it be like a community college, a company sponsored program, or like go through like a major carrier, like the school that they offer. Like if you were to go like school at Swift, I think CRST offers one. I know Roll Transportation offers one. CR England, stuff like that. My opinion, I went to a local school here in my community. It was called 160 Truck Driving Academy. I think, again, this is based on my opinion. I think the local schools are a lot better for someone looking to get into trucking school. The reason I think they're a lot better is because you don't have to worry about like packing to leave to go to school. You don't have to worry about being on a bus for 6 or 7 hours. You don't have to worry about a lot of things you have to worry about when you leave to go to school, like almost like going to college or something. You can still work if you need to work to pay for school if you go to a local college or a local truck driving school. And you get to be home because chances are you're probably going to go over the road. You're going to be gone for a long time once school is over. The benefits of also going to a local truck driving school is sometimes they're a little bit cheaper. Mine was $4,000, and it was like $1,000 a week. Now I did have a company pay for it, but I did not join in with that company. What I did was I just got a bill and paid the bill back to the company. Most of the time, your local schools don't have an upfront cost. They just want you to have a fairly clean MVR, fairly decent criminal background. You have to pass a drug test, pass a DLT physical, and all that. And that's going to be the same no matter where you go. So you have to be able to pass a drug test, have a semi-good criminal background, have a semi-good MVR record. Also, something that a lot of people are telling me that they're getting caught by surprise with is the fact that, say you lived in California and you had a California driver's license from the time you were 16, and then you moved to like Texas, and then you get your Texas driver's license issued to you, and you've only had that for like a year and a half. Well, in the state of Ohio, you have to have a driver's license for 2 consecutive years before you can even get into a CDL truck driving school. A lot of the carriers don't want you to have a new license for whatever reason. I do not have the answer to that, but when I was going through it, I had moved from Florida to Ohio, and I've had my Ohio driver's license. I had one when I was 16, and then I moved to Florida and got a Florida license. Then when I moved back, at that time, I had my Ohio driver's license, my regular driver's license, for like 2 years and like a day. And I was close, like I was on that boundary. And so a lot of the carriers who were trying to sponsor me through school were concerned about that, but it was right there on the mark. So think about that first too. Some of the benefits that I've heard with going to like a Swift or a CR England or Roll Transportation is that it's a job locked in place. Right? I mean, you're gonna pass the test and go right to their truck. So you kind of skip all the orientation and all that other stuff because they're doing that for you while you're at the school. So from what I've heard. So to answer that question, there's benefits to both and there's downfalls to both. The downfall to going to a local truck driving school is so many people go there that you're not going to get a lot of time in the seat. I went at a time where it wasn't too busy. Like I went towards the end of summer, like around September, and a lot of people, work their jobs full time because they're preparing for the holiday season for their family. So I was in there. When I was in it, it was like myself and 10 other students. Now, some of my friends were to the same school, and they had started in June, and they were in there with 40 other students, and they were getting like one time in the seat, and they barely got road time. And you have to test in 4 weeks. So that's something to consider too. Ask them what their like student enrollment rate is, like how many students are out there now. If you hear something, I would say a good number is like 25. If you hear over 25, like 30, 35, you might want to ask them like when their slow time is. Most of the time it's in the winter time. A lot of people don't want to stand outside in the winter. That fall, winter, where the temperatures are getting kind of flaky. So that's my spiel on that. So if you're looking to see what type of truck driving school you should go to, I personally recommend a local one. But again, there's benefits and positives to all. And you should just do your homework first before you decide what's best for you. And like I said, that worked for me. I was able to get in and get out. And it was just a lot of time in the seat. And yeah, it worked out. So I hope that answers the question.